Hi, my name is Mario Gonzalez. I'm from Team 16. We are going to talk about Argentina, and my part is demographics. So, I'm going to talk about demographics of Argentina. And since 2019, Argentina marked a population of 44.8 million people. This makes Argentina the 31st country with more people worldwide. Also, in the first slide that I'm presenting, it's that most of its population it's from 0 to 14 years old, and people can live up to 77 years old. That's their life expectancy. Also, it's important to mention that over 90% of the people prefer and live in the city, consisting of 37.5 million in the city, and in the rural area, only about 7.5% of Argentinians. In Argentina, compared to the United States, the income per capita is very, very low, which I'm explaining that in the second video. In the second slide. And according to the Trading Economics, Argentina reported an income per capita of $10,000, around $10,000 by 2018. It is also mentioned in this article that this GDP per capita is equal to 80% of the world's average. The graph that is presented in the PowerPoint is by Trading Economics, and it shows how from 2010 to 2018 there was a reduction of almost $300, which is a 1.5%, which it might not seem a lot, but it is. It is for the people. Also, it is important to know that Argentina during the 20th century had an unstable growth due to debt and inflation. The government for a long time tried to find ways to increase their trades and exports, but inflation, as mentioned before, is currently still elevated and it's a clear impediment. Argentina's most popular exports include soybeans, oil, petroleum, wheat, corn, and automobiles, placing in third place in agricultural exports worldwide. Also, in Argentina, their most important export partners are Brazil, United States, Chile, China, and Netherlands. Going back to 2019, the country's overall imports were 37.7 billion, and they went down to almost 20 billion since 2008. Importers, although, still need to request the non-automatic import license on over 10,000 tariff licenses on consumer goods. Although it might seem a lot, these new requirements are way simpler, clearer, and less burdensome than in previous years. Going to the third slide, I'm going to talk about Argentina and their literacy rate. In Argentina, it is high. The literacy rate is high both in men and women, like from the population of men and women. Almost 99% of both are literate. On the other hand, it is very hard to get a job. According to Imogen Reeve, a whopping 59% of employers in Argentina say that they face difficulty in finding skilled labor for open positions, marking a 21-point increase from last year and positioning the country as the worst in Latin America. This, of course, can be considered very alarming since only in some parts of the city exist people that are economically stable. Even Fernando Podesta from the national director of the Manpower Group Argentina, he mentioned that the labor market is currently polarized. On one hand, there are those who have the required skills and are able to manage their own career, and on the other, there are those who have skills that are no longer in demand and as a result find it difficult to enter to the labor market. The problem with Argentina is that people don't want to pay the fair amount for the service that they are getting. Businesses, of course, require like electricians, carpenters, welders, but they don't want to pay what they're worth about like their experience. Um, Also, I'm going to talk about Mercosur. Mercosur is one of Argentina's main trade bloc system. It was created in 1991. It helped comprising South American countries, including countries like Argentina, of course, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay. These countries agreed to eliminate custom duties and adopt a common trade. This bloc was created also to improve Argentina's and Brazil's relationship. Mercosur announced that they want to open themselves to the world, they want to open their market. And even in 2012, they added Venezuela. They want to create a trade deal with the European Unions, and this will make them the largest free trade agreement globally. Also, it is important to mention that protecting people's intellectual property is highly important since it makes it easier to accelerate legal proceedings if they are in a situation where they feel like their idea can be stolen. The idea of protecting this right is, of course, to prevent people's ideas uh, to get stolen